All right. Again, welcome. And I don't know if we have any public here. Is there anyone in the public in attendance that would like to speak, that has any comments for 3 minutes? You can unmute and just let us know your name and what the comment might be, your address and the comment. And no one unmuted. So those who are just in on the Zoom call, thank you so much for attending. And we will move forward with our meeting. And the first items on the agenda is the approval of our meeting minutes. Our first request is approval for a work session meeting minutes for July 14th, as well as and they're virtual, all were virtual, as well as our virtual work session for August the 10th. Is there a motion to accept these meeting minutes? I don't know, it's a tongue twister tonight. Is there a motion to accept? Thank you. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chester. That passes. The next items are the virtual closed session for July 14th. Also our regular meeting minutes for July 14th. And then also we had a work session strategic planning meeting on July 17th and 18th. Is there a motion to approve these meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion.
And second. And second. Is there a second? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Is Ms. Tuberville?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear who second for the meeting minutes approval.
I asked for all in favor because I didn't get a second. So with the meeting minutes, I can ask for all in favor, but I only got two. I need Ms. Tuberville. But Ms. Chester second.
Thank you.
And so Ms. Tuberville stepped away, so I vote aye. Meeting minutes have been approved. So the next item is our Chief of Police, Chief Gibson. I can't
Top of the
see.
afternoon to you there, Mayor.
Chief,
All
before you
right.
start, I just got a text from Councilmember Tuberville. It says she is muted. So can Rick unmute Councilmember Tuberville?
I can only ask.
Okay.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yay. Sorry about that. I was seconding the motion to approve the minutes. I was voting. There was like, so I've been here. I'm sorry about that. But I'm just gonna mute just on my phone and not on Zoom. So that way there should be no problem.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, thank you. Thanks, Rod, for also checking your phone while on this meeting.
So we're gonna go with the chief.
Are we talking about reporting on statistics? Is that what we're doing?
That and anything else that you have for us. Or
Oh, okay.
was there other specific question or not?
No.
Not open?
You know, your voice is back and forth like you have a bad connection, but
Yeah.
we'll try to work through that. Okay, so what I want to share, I didn't get to talk much about this during the month of August. But I just wanted to share the crime statistics for the town of Edmonston for the month of August 2021. During the month, there were 0 homicides, there were 0 forcible rapes, 0 felony assaults, 0 burglaries, 0 auto thefts, 0 simple assaults, 0 thefts, 0 thefts from auto. During the month of August 2021, there were no crimes reported in the town of Edmonston. That is applause worthy.
Good job, Chief. You and your guys did an excellent job.
We just, all too often, the police don't get much recognition unless something happens that's negative. And then everybody's jumping up and down. So I just wanted to share that tidbit as we move forward. We've had several, on our monthly report, we have several incidentals, but I just wanted to touch on one in particular. The traffic impound statistic. We have a lot of shops that do body work and, automobile repairs and those kinds of things. We average almost 40 automobile impounds every month. And that means that the officers are working. It takes a lot to impound a car and do the impound paperwork and get the vehicle released and also, collect fees associated with these impounds. And so I just wanted to say that the officers are doing an outstanding job managing those crime and non-crime related activities that come to their attention. So I just want to share that they're working hard. One of the officers is certified to patrol alone, Officer Ortiz. Probably in the next 2 weeks, Officer Shepard will also be certified to patrol. And that gives us more flexibility with respect to scheduling. And so, we were looking forward to having those folks. So we probably have more officers on the street now than we have had at any point in the last maybe 5 or 6 years. And so I am, just glad to report that we have the full complement, excuse me, of police officers in the town of Edmonston. That's all I have, Mayor, just an overview.
Well, Chief, tell your guys, we appreciate everything they've been doing out there and it's being noticed in the neighborhood.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to second that, Chief. This is a real kind of no news is good news department, and you certainly don't get enough kudos for that in law enforcement. So thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did we drop the mayor or is she listening? Mayor?
It doesn't, it shows her there. It doesn't show her muted or it doesn't show her picture, but it shows her name. I believe she's trying to talk and we're not catching it.
Yeah, she's lighting up, but that's about it.
We did have a comment in the chat, Chief. One of the residents, Mr. Hope, indicated he thanked you for providing the Part 1 statistics, and it gives the residents a true snapshot of the serious crimes in the area. So kudos.
Oh, thank you. I certainly appreciate that.
Keith, I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You had raised earlier, maybe it was last month. Oh, I'll let the mayor go because I can't hear you either, Mayor.
I think she signed back out because she's not on the board right now.
Okay. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
I can hear you.
Okay. So Chief, yeah, you had flagged for us the news that the Maryland legislature, I think, had changed the law with respect to where speed cameras can be placed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't think we've had a discussion yet about whether, we might want to consider using a speed camera in Edmonston, pros and cons of that, what other jurisdictions had experienced. I
Right.
don't know if this is the time to raise that or not, but maybe there's just any information that you'd want to share about that, any thoughts that you have about whether we might
Okay.
want to.
All right. I mean, I can do
Take
that
that
now if, are we getting away from the agenda or while I have the floor?
You have the floor. I'd say go
Okay.
for it.
All right. So effective October 1, 2021, the state of Maryland has enacted new legislation which allows towns, cities, counties in the state to establish speed monitoring systems. Before, it was just in school zones. And because the town of Edmonston didn't have any school zones, we didn't have any speed cameras. But we have talked to our vendor, and apparently Prince George's County has to say something in order for us to take the next step. I've been having a conversation with the mayor about this for the last 3 months or so, about the fact that it's coming. And we have challenges along Kenilworth Avenue from Buchanan all the way down to Fountain Park with respect to speeders. And our vendor has advised us, in fact, I met with him yesterday at 2:00, that without much ado, they can establish speed cameras on the same appurtenance that we now do red light monitoring. And they just have to have some attachment. And so we, as a body, we just have to come together, and I guess they have to put together in town legislation that says that we voted and recommended approval to do that in the town of Edmonston. So, I'm not sure what your thoughts are or things that you've been hearing with respect to having speed monitoring system, but the speed has to be in an area where the speed is 35 miles per, the speed limit is 30 miles per hour and up. So, I'm interested in your thoughts, but at some point you have to, we have to put together some legislation and ordinance that authorizes the town to have a speed monitoring system in place. So that's it. And you talking about, speed is always one of the most important factors in public safety, but the revenue associated with it is just unbelievable. I'll give you an example. Last year we had, in another municipality, we had 2 speed cameras, and every month we averaged about $52,000 to $53,000 in revenue from the speed camera. And it was on a street where the speed is, above 35, Silver Hill Road. And so that just gives you a snapshot of what the potential is. Seat Pleasant has 7 cameras, and annually they average about $2 million in revenue from speed monitoring systems that they have in place. And Seat Pleasant and Edmonston share the same vendor, just for your information. So if you have a question or something, I've been, like I said, listening to others and sharing information for at least the last 4 or 5 months. And, you know, I should be able to answer any question you have. If I can't answer the question, I can get you an answer and get back to you. You smiling, man? You got something you want to share?
No, I'm just fixing my face. I was a little disgusted at what's happening this evening, and I'm just fixing my face, that's all.
Right. Technical difficulties, huh?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And everyone knows that I'm not Rod Barnes, but sometimes I am. You see my name?
Yeah, we'll start calling you Rod.
Sometimes he's me and sometimes I'm him, so it's cool. Yes.
Steve, I have
Uh-huh.
a question. Just about the parameters of what we can do. So you said that it can only be used in areas where the speed limit is 35 and above. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that different though if it's like, you can also use it if you've got if there's a school zone that you're using it in. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Whatever the
Okay.
whatever the speed limit is in the school zone, you could certainly have as many of them. And the range is 1/4 of a mile from the school. You can, you know, have a speed sensing device. 1/4 of a mile is a long way.
So we still wouldn't be able then to do this like on Decatur because the speed limit is too low and it's not within 1/4 mile of the school. Is that
Yes,
right?
ma'am. That's right.
Okay. All
That's
right. So Kenilworth is kind of our space here, which
Yes, that's right.
understandably would be good from a public safety perspective. So, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other comments? Questions on that?
I guess we should get
I'm not. Hold on. I'm on the.
What were you saying, Ms. McCully?
I guess we should start working to get what we need to put together to put this into effect for the town.
Right.
Whatever we have to pass or.
Right.
Our ideas and our thoughts. I believe it still has to pass through the county. But they're going to go off of all of the input from the municipalities, I'm sure. It's a fantastic thing. I don't know how much I missed of what the chief has said, but we've discussed it. But the one thing is, before you could only do it where there was a school zone, but now it gives us a greater range, which is a good thing, especially for us.
And Kenilworth Avenue definitely needs to be monitored like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's a speed camera, not just a red light camera. So.
Right. Yeah.
So council members, slow down.
That's why I go through the park.
But you know, some municipalities, because they're larger and they have more schools, such as Sept Pleasant, they have many speed and red light cameras there. And I don't know if anyone has been affected by that if you come through Sept Pleasant, but if you're not careful on Central Avenue, you will get jammed with a ticket. So, you know, it's a good thing, but then again, it's like, come on, overkill. It's like we're in DC. But I think it'll be a good thing for us on Kenilworth Avenue for sure. Thank you, Chief, for that. And prior to that, I was saying, thank you very much. It's great to hear the low crime and no crime rate within the town of Edmonston. And the fact that we have a full fully staffed police department, and you were very focused on ensuring that we do that. And I'm very, very happy about that. So kudos to you. And they seem like workers. So thanks. We haven't seen that in a long time. So a pat on the back to you.
Thank you.
All right. So if there aren't any more comments to our chief, our town administrator, Mr. Rod Barnes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rick. You're great.
Yes, you're the mayor again.
Yeah.
Yes, just a couple things. We have an extra mosquito spraying happening tomorrow night at Buchanan and Tanglewood. The health folks have been monitoring for West Nile virus, and they found it in a few places in the neighborhoods in Bladensburg, Colmar Manor, and Cottage City in the area. So they're doing an extra spray tomorrow night in the Buchanan Tanglewood area. I listened tonight to the WSSC project briefing. They sent me the PowerPoint. I will send that out in the morning. But essentially, the project that we have been waiting for and they talked about 3 years ago is now moving forward and will start in the fall of this year. And it is a 2-year project. It will replace the water mains on Hamilton, Gallatin, 46, 47, 49. It will replace Decatur Street all the way from the railroad tracks to up on to Edmonston Road. It will do 52nd, Crittenton, and 51st. So it is very comprehensive. The water mains, as you know, are primarily down the middle of the street. They will try to keep service in place for everybody during the process. They will, as far as driveway access, they will replace the main and then the water service line to the property line. So each individual home's water line would be replaced to the property line, but not, of course, from the property line into the home. And once they're finished, then they pave the street back curb to curb. So they do have to do Decatur, as we have specified. We'd met with them early on. I asked again tonight to verify that they had kept our specifications for the pervious pavement on Decatur, and Indira indicated that they did. They're replacing 2.65 miles of water mains and house connections up to the property line. The water pipes in our town were installed in the 1910s to the 1950s and are nearing the end of their life. They're trying to do this within the roadways, and as I indicated, the streets that they were talking about, the anticipated start is fall this year, completion fall 2023. They're also doing the line across the Decatur Street Bridge that is underneath the bridge, so does not impact us as much, obviously. That one starts this fall and is completed in the winter next year. Their work hours are 8 to 4 p.m. every day. They have a service. There could be short water shutdowns of up to 8 hours as may be required. Advance notices of 48 to 72 hours will be given for that. There will be temporary service if there needs to be for homes to make sure that they have service. And I think those were the main things. I will shoot this out and I'll try to get it. They sent out a public notice. Unfortunately, there were 2 people on the call tonight from the town, 2 residents. And so there wasn't any that participated. So I'm sure they'll call town hall when the digging starts and want to know what's going on, but we'll try to shoot out a lot of information ahead of time through the newsletter and through the website and other places so that everyone will keep up to date on what's going on. They cannot tell me at this point what side of town they're going to start on, but as they get closer to construction, then they will include us in the pre-construction conferences, and we'll know then where that's going to occur. So it's exciting, but it's going to be inconvenient for the next 2 years as we go about this project. And I'm sure you'll get lots of calls and lots of concerns about it as we go forward. Any questions about that?
Rob, I have one, and I don't know if you know the answer to this. With all this construction and all the buses for pickup, with the kids and dropping off, are they informing the school system on what they're doing, or are we gonna be trying to handle that as the go-between?
I'll verify that with Indira. That's a good question. Especially because the buses are on 52nd in Decatur, and that over, I guess that's the main area that would get impacted, but I will make sure that they know, that they let them know.
All right, thank you.
And then the last thing I have, and I'm going to let other people talk about these, are we have 3 big events, with one big one on this Saturday, a second one on September 25th, the Hispanic Heritage Day celebration, the Unity Rally on the bridge on October 9th. But the exciting thing, and I'll turn it over to the mayor for her comments about Saturday, but the exciting thing is we're going to have the state health department is going to be there to do COVID vaccinations and testing. So we will be blitzing everybody out tomorrow with that information that they're providing from their PR campaign, and trying to get people to stop down and get either vaccinated or tested on site on Saturday. And then Mayor, I'll turn it over to you for the rest of the report on that event.
Well, I'm excited about the event. The committee is excited about the event, and I hope you guys are as well. The health and fitness and mental health is very important. It's like a before our Hands Across the Bridge. It's also a before our Hispanic Heritage celebration. And it's a time for everyone to get out and get moving. It's something different that we've done. And I had an opportunity to meet with a few of our police officers this evening as we grilled in the back, or they did, and we talked. And one of the police officers, one of our new police officers, said that he was really excited about Saturday, the whole concept and what we're doing. And he was glad to be a part. And those were his words. And that kind of sent a chill through me, because for a police officer to be excited about that and wanting to be a part, that meant a whole lot, and that he hadn't experienced that. So this is really, and I told him, this is the first time we've collaborated in this way. And I'm glad that we're doing that. And then it's on 9/11 and the commemoration. It's just, I think it's going to be awesome. So we're going to have, and he wanted to know about the activity on the stage. He said, is it going to be one thing after another? How's the stage going to be? So we're not running the stage. DJ Harlem is actually pretty much running the stage, but there is going to be, it's going to be an active stage. We're going to have the fitness presentations, a lot of fitness presentations. We have a group coming in from New York that's going to present, and Zumba, and there will be music, and then we'll have demonstrations, and then we'll also have presentations concerning gun violence and promoting non-gun violence. We'll have our elected officials there as well, who will speak on the gun violence or mental health and fitness. So again, we've also reached out to, we're the 22nd district, and we've reached out to 47. We've reached out to all of our neighbors to come and participate, to be a part of this. And we're getting responses in. And around 2:00 is the time that we've asked elected officials to be available so that they can be introduced. Not everyone will be speaking. We will have some core people that will be speaking. Anthony Brown, Congressman Brown has confirmed, and our county council person will stop by. And to let you know, our county council person, Jolene Ivy, also financially supported this effort. And it was as soon as she heard, she supported. And so we're thankful for that. So we do have some allies out there and some comrades, friends. So we had and we talked about this last time, Ms. Chester, about the activities for the children. And Mr. Barnes informed me that we do have the beanbag toss, I think the sack race, and another activity.
We're doing a scavenger hunt, Mayor.
Scavenger.
Environmental scavenger hunt around the park. And
Yeah.
then the beanbag toss and hula hoops.
Hula hoops. Yeah, hula hoops.
No
Hula
bag
hoops.
races. No bag
Okay,
races.
hula hoops. I
Too
just
close-
created that.
too close
We talked
together
about
for-
that, but we didn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the hula hoop will be fantastic because, and a lot of those are for youth, but also, you mature folk can get involved. I wanted to have a jump rope, but we don't have like a hard surface other than the parking lot. And, you don't want people necessarily crossing the parking lot because that parking lot will be utilized. So anything that's active, we want to talk, we want to promote activity and an active lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. We're going to have just a couple of vendors that will have tables for costs, like items for costs. But mainly we'll have informational tables. Mainly there'll be tables for information, for help. We also have a demonstration sort of from Dr. Hills Daniel and her husband. He's a chef and she's the doctor, and they're a good group, a good couple, and they're going to present and have a tent or an area where people can go and talk to them one-on-one. And they'll do a demonstration that we talked about. So right now, I think I see Ms. Chester's hand up. Is that no? Okay. All right. That wasn't your hand. That was my cursor. Okay, let me put it higher up. So I think I've covered that. We will be meeting tomorrow to kind of, we'll have a couple of meetings, a couple of Zoom meetings to kind of finalize things and stick things together. I'll be walking with the chief so we can talk about parking. And Chief, if you want to jump in on that, we really have to be strategic in our parking because we don't know if it's going to be a low turnout, but we're thinking that it's going to be a huge turnout. And so with that, you have to think about parking. And it's a peeve of mine, should I say, because I don't like to get stuck in traffic. But, you always know that you're going to have, just like today, the first day of school, I knew that there's going to be some traffic. You kind of take that with you. But I don't like confusion when it comes to traffic. So the chief is going to work out a pattern, and they've already been working out how they're going to do some things. We're going to have some signs that people will know where to park, and people will know where the event is, and hopefully know which direction the traffic is flowing. We're going to try to keep it as free flowing as possible, because what happens is when residents may not be attending, or they may attend for a little while, but they want to get out and go to the grocery store or whatever. They don't want to be necessarily blocked, or they may be blocked a little bit. 52nd Avenue, I mean, they may be blocked a little bit, but we want things to flow as easily as we can. We want to be professional in what we're doing. Any comments? And I will take the questions or comments from anyone who is on this call. So that would mean if a citizen has a question or comment, I will take that now. Chief, I see you can jump in on that.
Hold on one second. I don't want you all to, hold on.
Yeah, looking kind of creepy there in the dark.
Tracy, while he's turning on the lights, I know we give the food out on Saturday morning. Do they know that we have the event at noontime?
They're pretty much done by noon.
Yeah, I know they are, but I know sometimes, they try when they're cleaning up. I hate to see any of them get kind of stuck at town hall.
They shouldn't, because
Okay.
really by noon, they're pretty much gone, Ms. McCully. They really are. And if we have some stragglers, still the chief, the police, they have it kind of I think we had an event before. I don't know what we had before. Well, what we did, was it a dumpster day?
Yeah, we did have a dumpster day and
they did that and we were able to get right on out.
yeah, because some people were coming beforehand for the
Yeah.
dumpster, and I didn't want to see the church getting stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they couldn't get out because I know they had that one fairly large truck.
Yeah. I sent the information out to them immediately. They work well with us, and they wanted to know what they could do to help. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very good bunch.
Yeah.
The light has risen.
Mayor, I just wanted to follow up a bit on the traffic plan that we're going to be putting in place on Saturday morning. We have a written plan in place to keep traffic flowing. And one of the things we're going to do around 11:45, I had said this to you earlier in the week, we're going to make 52nd Avenue one way going north, which will carry it toward Riverdale. And we're going to have officers placed at strategic points. So if somebody needs ask directions or need to be redirected, we'll have officers along the way to help them out. One of the things I was going to share with you, Mayor, is that there isn't a lot of parking, and this is just hypothetical. If 100 people showed up, it would be tough. It would get tight if they were driving. Now a lot of people may decide they're going to walk over and see what's going on because they hear some music, but we're going to be funneling those folks down further into the park area going toward Riverdale Road. Now, one of the things that we put in place just for this group, we ordered up golf carts, and we're going to have some of our staff driving a golf cart. So if there's someone who's either mildly disabled or they are elderly, we're going to let them sit in the golf cart, and we're going to take them from their parking area to the area where the stage sits. And as they come out, we'll take them back. So we have transportation to move them about if that should happen to, be a problem. The parking lot directly across from the recreation center is going to be set aside for handicapped as well as VIP personnel, which may include some of the vendors. There are 20 spaces across from the rec center, and we're going to make sure that only those who are disabled and those who are helping to facilitate the event have a place to park that's nearby that field. So we've talked and walked over the last couple of weeks, and we just need to fine tune a couple of things over the last 2 days. In addition to, if something were to happen, and that's how, we think about public safety related events, we're going to have officers placed in a position where they could move if they had to. We're going to have somebody on the Fountain Park side of the recreation area. So if something was to happen, we're going to have somebody already staged up by Kenilworth Avenue. They can see the music, they can see the stage, but they could move. They won't be stuck in the park. And that's just a part of the redeployment plan to ensure that the police, if we need to, you know, respond to some emergency, we can easily get in and out. That feels a pretty good sized field. So if one of my lovely elected officials needs a ride, we'll be glad to accommodate. You know, I know Miss Hillary Chester might need a ride to the stage or something. We'll be able to accommodate you. So, other than that, it's a work in progress, and you know, we're going to try to make it comfortable for all of those who have decided to attend, and we're prepared to go to Plan B if, you know, if we have to. We've already talked about some contingencies, including having an officer on crime patrol, so he's not at a fixed position. We're gonna have an officer designated. If somebody gets lost, where they'll be directed where to go to touch that person. Lost and found property, missing children, and all those kinds of things. We're gonna have a dedicated officer who's going to manage that piece for us on Saturday. So we're, you know, we're trying to do some good things. And, you know, if you all happen to have any ideas or suggestions about things we can do as we move forward, we're open to it. That's all I have, man.
Mayor will be right back.
I guess she will. Sound like a commercial.
That's what I was thinking, you know, when you said that.
Hello?
Councilman.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Go
There
ahead,
she
Mr.
is.
Barnes.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. There you are back.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
The second event was the Hispanic Heritage event, and I either Council Member Chester or Avery can speak about that one.
Avery, do you want to give an update, or do you want me to give an update? Do you have a
Why
preference?
don't you, Hillary? I'll take out, why don't you?
Okay. So I feel like my audio is a little choppy. So we have on Saturday, September 25th, a planned outdoor in-person event to celebrate Hispanic heritage, open to everyone in town. We have a really great group of residents working with us, planning the event, and we've sent out a lot of different invitations to organizations to send representatives to have tables, give away information. Our theme is around things like health, but we're also focusing on education, social safety net kind of programs in the community. And so we're hoping to have a good mix of organizations represented. We've invited some elected officials. We will also have a DJ. We are thinking and trying to come up with fun activities for kids in particular, but for everybody. The mayor in our last meeting brought up an idea of ways to make those events really bilingual so that people will have the opportunity to learn a little bit of Spanish vocabulary and some phrases and terms, and we'll do it kind of in a mix of English and Spanish. So it'll be really fun. And we have a couple of local businesses that are going to come and have food and snacks and things for sale. Mr. Barnes is going to follow up with Berliner to see about also maybe some free ice cream treats. Hopefully it's not too chilly that day. And we have a kind of a backup rain day also in case the weather doesn't cooperate, but we are optimistic.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Chester? I'm glad you're following up and taking care of all that. I'm excited about the opportunity to kind of mix with the language and everything. That's good. Thank you for remembering that.
And Mayor, the last event is on October 9th, and it's the Unity Rally. We're working hard to make it special this year is we're going to have a food vendor. We're having, of course, lots of resources for mental health. Dr. Hill Daniel and the Fort Lincoln medical staff will be on hand there for that. We have a special event happening that day from 1 to 3 in the park at Veterans Park. We have a new project that's art gallery in a box. And so they'll be unveiling the art gallery that will go on display in that box at Veterans Park on that day of the Unity Rally. So we're very excited about that, as that box will change themes just as a gallery would. We're doing this in partnership with Operation Arts, and so we're very, very excited about that. And I had not told the mayor, so hopefully that was a little surprise to her, that was occurring that day, and that she'll be excited about it as we are having that to occur. But the Unity Rally is often in running. The sheriff's office is going to be on hands for all 3 of our events. We are also going to be having vaccination and testing at the Hispanic Heritage event if it goes well on this Saturday. So the more people we can get out on Saturday, then the more likelihood that we'll have them back on September 25th again for vaccination and testing that day. And I believe that's it, Mayor.
Wow. We went from not being able to do much of anything last year to just knocking it all out. So, so hopefully our residents will come. Hopefully, I'd really love for them to participate. It's not only for those on the outside of Edmonston, but I want our community to know it's for them as well. And if we could, Chief and Mr. Barnes, when our guys are out delivering the flyers for Saturday, if we could include parking, the fact that 52nd is going to be the one way, and anything else that might alert our residents so they'll be in on it. You know, 52nd is one way. The event, well, they'll already know the time of the event, but anything else that they might need to know. If you want to meet your elected officials, a good time to come is between 2 and 2:30. You know, maybe some highlights like that.
Okay.
Look for the signs, look for parking signs, or it's better to walk. Maybe you can walk too. We'll have golf carts available if you need a ride, something like that. And we can talk about that tomorrow when we meet, you know, call a ride in a sense, but you know, those kind of things, so we can make sure we get people there or make it convenient for people, and less cars.
And we do have masks. We'll be giving out masks for
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
that that needs them. So.
Yep. Okay. All right. Cool. And really, so let me go with I know that there were some things that were brought up today, and I'm okay with having a conversation with that. So we'll go with our council dialogue, and let me see if Ms. McCulley, do you have anything? So that meant no.
Yeah, I had
You were muted, so I thought that meant no.
for once.
No, thank you, Ms. McCulley, and thanks for what you do. Ms. Chester.
I actually don't have anything super relevant to the town. I just was gonna highlight that there are some of the refugee resettlement organizations that resettle refugees in the apartments up in Riverdale Park at the other end of the park. Those 2 apartment complexes that are right there on the edge of the park are both used by the International Rescue Committee and Lutheran Social Services of the National Capital Area as a first placement for refugees. And they are projecting that we could get upwards of 8,000 to 10,000 of the Afghan interpreters and Afghan refugees in the greater DMV area. A lot of them are attracted to Northern Virginia because they've worked with military and Pentagon officials and folks down in Quantico. So they want to be in that part of the DMV area, but it's likely that some may end up being placed right up the road there on the other end of the park. And so if anybody just in the town wanted to think about ways to be supportive and or do like donation drives or something, I just throw that out there that we will probably have quite a few in our immediate sort of neighborhood to the north.
Thank you, Ms. Chester. You know, thanks for that information. I'm glad you do what you do, because I have seen the signs that say refugees welcome. They have that on outside of one of those apartment communities. And I was kind of offended by that because I'm in the same business and we are not allowed to say something like that. And so I thought it was offensive. But no, it's not if you really are and you need that place to stay. So thank you. That was a good lesson right there for me. I mean, we don't have that, you know, where we are, where I work, but that makes all the sense in the world now. Yeah. And I think that we,
yeah, those complexes have.
Right. Yeah. I've seen it. And I've always been like, you can't say that. Because we can't say Black people are welcome, you know, or Afro-Americans are welcome. And so when I see refugees are welcome, you can't say that, you know, but you can because it's specifically for that.
I think they put those, and they put those. Oh, right. Well, they put those signs up at the point that the prior administration put in the travel bans. And so there were a lot of people that from those same countries who were already here were feeling really like self-conscious and maybe nervous. And so it was also meant for their residents to feel good, like, you know, we're glad you're here. That was also, I think, why they put those signs up. Was that timing?
Okay. That makes sense too. We've changed our restrictions. So we're accepting different types of documents now. So we don't advertise like that.
Yeah, that's good.
But if you come, our restrictions have been lifted in a way. Yeah. So what we could do is, of course, reach out to the church, let the church know, Victor Grace know that. So of course we know that food is available. And also, I think the church over in Riverdale, they take the park like maybe once a month. I don't know if they'll do that in the wintertime. So that's one thing that we know right now is continuous, the food portion. But maybe that's something that we can adopt a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Good information on that. Thank you. Miss Tuberville?
I believe, Mayor, she's off now. I don't see her.
Oh, yep, I don't see her either. All right, so I think I've reported what I needed to report and not to prolong the meeting any further. Saturday, if anyone wants to do a specific job on Saturday, please let us know. If you feel, you know, I'll better serve in this area, let me know. I really want us to be around. I wish we had something. Please, you know, we always have this thing. I know Ms. McCulley is not going to wear tights. I know that. Forgive me.
Nope.
But if we,
I'll make a nice T-shirt and my best pair of cutoffs.
We're gonna have our T-shirts, of course. But you know, we want to fit in with the fitness. So your cutoffs will fit. So if we could, Miss Chester and Miss Tuberville, if we could have that fitness kind of look going on, so we can fit in with that. Yeah. Miss McCulley, we got you.
Oh, I mean, I can do the fitness. I'm
Yep,
set.
yep. All righty. So at this time, if there is nothing else, no more comments, I will accept the motion to adjourn our meeting for this evening.
I'll make the motion, Hillary.
I will second the motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right. We're all in favor. Let's indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Good night, everybody. Now, I may want, oh, do you have iPhones, Miss Chester and Miss McCulley?
No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, shame. I wish I could FaceTime you to see all this food that's here that the guys grilled tonight. They had ribs, I think steak. Mr. Barnes, too bad you're not here. Ribs, steak, baked beans, rice and peas,
I'm
sausages.
surprised they didn't have hot dogs. What?
Well, we
Hot
had
dogs,
sausages.
hamburgers,
Was it
sausage.
hot dogs?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah. Well,
Hot dog?
they were gone. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hamburgers. Yep.
Oh,
And
sausage.
Yep.
Hillary,
We
they,
had good conversation.
They forgot about us, Hillary.
No. Actually, it was something that I had asked Van Buren to do. I said, oh, you know what? We should cook out. And he was like, you really want to? I said, yeah. And then today, because it was the first day of school, I completely forgot. And the chief said, he called me and said, hey, where are you? We're cooking out. Where are you? I was like, oh my goodness.
And I've heard Van Buren can make some pretty good ribs.
And Ortiz
yeah?
showed his skills too. Yeah. Ortiz was on the grill. I think he did the steaks or pork chops. I didn't see what it was, but he was grilling too. So we have police officers that can cook.
I think we need to do some tomahawk steaks.
Right.
You don't know what a tomahawk steak is?
No.
Oh,
Are they just big?
they are the best steaks around.
Oh, are
They are
Flintstone steaks?
sort of,
I'm gonna
but they
Google
are
it.
good.
Yeah.
I think we're being kicked off one at a time.
No, they're dropping off. That's fine. The meeting is over. Byron, it's good to see your name. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Miss seeing you. Hi. Hey, Mr. Hope. Good seeing you.
Good to see you too, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. And all right, we're getting ready to sign off. All right, later, everybody.
All righty. See everybody this
Bye.
weekend.
All right.